Hey everyone, I just want to say happy Disability Pride Month. So, yeah, today's subject will be intersectionality and why it is important to include everybody. To Disability Pride Month, let's talk about it, okay? So, a lot of times, especially when it comes to disability, it's never occurred to people's mind when it comes to disability. The mainstream conversation would be around race, gender, sexuality or sexual orientation, religion, nationality, ethnicity, and so on and so on. But you never hear about disability, even though they do include it with, include disability into it, but they don't be serious about disability as they should be. And that's the problem. And that leaves today people at disadvantage at time, but no matter what issue it is, it just never occurred. It made me realize, like, ever since I came an activist, it seemed like it's an ongoing issue. Ever since I came an activist, I never considered intersectionality at first. You know, I first learned about intersectionality probably at before I came an activist, probably around 2017, and probably the beginning when I became an activist, my journey in 2018, around that area. And probably before that, I probably don't remember. When I learned about intersectionality, so intersectionality that affect how people's perspective may be different from one another, including race, gender, sexual orientation, and so on and so on. What if that person have multiple oppression that they had to deal with their everyday life? Like for me, for example, I'm a black autistic queer woman. I gotta deal with racism, sexism, ableism, homophobia, and misogyny, specifically for a black woman in particular. That's what I had to deal with. And I forgot I'm not rich. And you had to think about it like the way I say that, because and also I'm a cisgender woman, because I identify as a woman, Yeah. So even though I got all the depression, I do got some privilege as well. Even though it can be tricky, you could be oppressed and be oppressor at the same time. Cause we live in a society that very white, cisgender, straight, able-bodied, or neurotypical, or I say non-disabled, Christian, got some money, and so on with depression. I can't remember the list. Y'all know, okay? We live at that standard and lens and reality that we're supposed to live in. But sadly, the way we live in it is not that great. So, since like I said, like I'm a black autistic queer woman. But the privilege I got a little bit, I'm a cisgender woman. I'm about to get my education. The language I use, which is English, because English is supposed to be the dominant language, well, official language around the world right now. And what else? Oh yeah, a Christian, but I think I don't want to identify as a Christian because people who are Christian and people make Christianity a bad look, even though Christianity is fine as a religion, but people within it, not that great. So I no longer identify as a Christian. So out there, question. Okay, I'm born in USA. We use it like US basic concept, so to let everybody know. All that, some privileges I got, but the rest is you are oppressed, like always. So that's the problem. And I remember reading the book called All the Weight of Our Dream. And boy, I try to read the whole book, but I'm no me be autistic. I used to read, the book mentally, but some ways I just can't. It's not helping me out at all. But I remember while we some article read some chapter within the book. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all the book. All the way I dream on a racialized autism. I think that what it called. I'm gonna write down where I make this video. So basically, I remember from chapter from Marike, who was a black autistic woman, and I remember she was a chapter. I forgot what it called, and she talked about intersectionality a little bit. If you have multiple identities, something like that, you are within a minority, then minority. And I felt that because even though I'm a black person in America, but I'm pressed being a woman, pressed being queer, shit, oppressed being disabled. It's like the more oppressed you are, the more likely you're not gonna get hurt. And with the autistic community, it operates the same way. And people are the face of the movement, especially with disabled community or the autistic community, mostly white, cisgender, straight, etc. along the way. If you're not privileged, you're just screwed. Or I would say in my language, you are fuck. So yeah, and that's the problem. And just and then go with other marginalization I got, being a woman, being queer, being black, and being disabled. Same way. If you if you're in the autistic community or disabled community, you have to deal with racism, sexism, lateral ableism, and so on and so on. Black community, misogyny, sexism, ableism, homophobia, and so on. If I'm a woman, racism, ableism, so y'all know the operate, okay? Queer, racism, it's a lot, y'all. Like I noticed, like ever since I came an activist, no matter what group I was in, when I missed it, like what am I identity? Other than like being queer, whether I being black, whether I being woman, whether I be autistic or have a disability. If I say anything other than that, they look at you like, why you even talk about it? Yeah, I'm listening, but they don't do nothing about it. Basically, I see a lot, especially with the disability community, especially autistic community. Every time it's about race, they be like, why you talk about race? And I'm looking, and I'm also being like, baby, do you know not everybody just spirit ableism? Like, are you kidding me? Just like being the black community. Everybody talk about having different, what you do with people with our community who have disability. They'd be like, it kind of be complete science, same thing with the autistic community. Complete fucking science. Everybody get that point to the queer community. Because I remember our part of the club, LGBTQ club on campus, and I remember like having disability and being LGBTQ plus and have a disability, and they look at me like. And fun thing, now I'm in the other group who talk about spreading of disability advocacy on campus, and arguments about racism or any part of that, and they're looking like. I'm like, God damn, y'all. I felt like everything is so one-sided. Every issue. You had to talk about racism, sexism, nothing else. one-fucking sided. They don't think about nobody else. Nobody. And them people, if they claim they support everybody, when we're messed about whatever issue within the community, no matter what community you're part of, they go look at you funny, like, why you talking about? Why? Why, man? Like, it pissed me off every time. Man, I remember one of my videos right now, basically on social media, on TikTok. No, that's a lie. That Instagram. Yeah, I get them too confused. With Instagram, one of my videos is going viral right now because I remember 2 years ago on TikTok, I saw this video saying like, asking like, if you say it out loud, if you say everything out loud, people gonna be mad whatever to say. I said in that video, and I stitch it on TikTok saying the Black and autistic community failed me as a Black autistic person. And I remember explaining along the way that the Black community don't deal with ableism, while the autistic community don't deal with the racism. And I said how they failed me, why no one wants to talk about my issue, and being marginalized as I am, I don't feel like I'm not getting heard by either community. If I bring up what it like to be Black and autistic in the autistic community, they look at me like, why the hell you talk about that? If I mention what it like to be having a disability or being autistic, they look at me funny like, and I'm looking like, I thought before, the community. To make sure everybody feel represented, right? That's a fucking lie. Like, and both communities I'm part of fail to realize about intersectionality, even though they claim they do, but they fail to realize that. So yeah, and I'm pissed. They don't talk about my issue, and I'm pissy, okay? I'm pissed, boy. I'm pissed. This is not fair at all. And I remember saying the video saying like I feel lonely, like how the hell I could relate to people who don't have the exact same identity. It's lonely as fuck. Like I could definitely being Black or being autistic could relate. If not having somebody who have exact identity I am, it's a lonely experience. Like, growing up, I didn't think about all that intersectionality part, like, being Black, I was fine, we talk about Black stuff, like, but when you start doing, that not considered Black, you seem deemed like you're not Black enough. I remember kind of hearing that some part of my life, you act too white, or you act proper, or whatever may be the case. That seems like not Black thing to do. So when you do outside the know of what Black look like, you deem like you act too white, whatever may be the case. And yeah, with the autistic community, we spend what I be autistic, wherever. And when we do talk about what it like to be Black and autistic, no one listen, especially my peers who are white. They don't listen. They claim they have a sense of justice, but they silent when it comes to Black and brown autistic people. And I remember when I first created my hashtag, Autistic Black Pride, just celebrate being Black autistic. And they said I created division within the community. No, I just bring in awareness. Would like to be Black and autistic. But y'all mad because I bring it up and make y'all feel some type of way. Now I'm gonna say to y'all, stay fucking mad. So it ain't my fault. I ain't create racism. Okay. Keep it at that one. So as you see my shirt, And this shirt had been created by Jennifer White Johnson. And you see the shirt with the fist. Because during at that time where, Black Lives Matter event, everything going on in the U.S., there's a lot going on at the time. And she had make a shirt say for Black disabled people. And you see a black fist with a no diversity symbol, and the letters say Black Disabled Lives Matter. We matter. We matter. Like, especially with what's going on in Black Lives Matter stuff, they don't even think about, Black disabled people are also target of police brutality. And even some people, like, have been harmed by or being killed by the police. Some have some form of disability. I think George Floyd have had some disability. Elijah McClain, he maybe neurodivergent or some form of neurodivergent. It's like a whole lot of people have some form of disability. It had been hidden, or no one talk about it. And just like, it seemed like especially with disability always being left out in every conversation except the disability movement. The Black and brown community, women movement, religion, whatever the main case, other than the disability movement, they don't mention about disability at all. They just leave it to the side and don't even think about it. And not realizing the people who are vulnerable and all this stuff. And I think each movement needs to be intersectional because you can't leave people out. It seems like no matter what movement I are part of, there's always some privileged people in each of my community have to have a say in things and do not speak for everybody who's not them. That's why everything kind of screwed up what it is because they don't put everybody's perspective in hand, and that's why our voice is being left out of the conversation. But like me, for example, who Black, queer, disabled, and a woman, I don't feel heard. Some part of me being heard, but not all of me. So it's like a fucking battle to get people to see me as I am. Like, this is me. I need to be represented in all of my community that I'm part of. I don't want to keep fighting to prove people that I have a place. Like, it's sad. Like, I had to deal with racism, misogyny, and all this oppression I had to deal with because no one see me as I am. They see part of me, whether it being Black, being a woman, being disabled, or being queer. And else, it's like none of it, non-existent. Like, what y'all want me to do? I can't talk about wasting where I talk about ableism, homophobia, and along with the other fucking depression. Like, what if you are that identity and no one talk about it? Because everything is so one-sided all the time. You gotta talk about disability only, race only, gender, being a woman, where so on. They never think about what if that person had to be both or multiple at the same damn time. They don't consider that bullshit. And that's the problem. Nobody consider it. Nobody. Except those like me who miss about intersectionality in our work and make sure everybody feel heard. Literally. And even us still got some work to do, working on our anti-blackness, internalized sexism, racism, ableism, and so on and so on. We gotta work out all our biases because I don't think nobody ever work on their biases at all. And that lead everybody in the community feel unheard. Like I feel unheard in my community. Like it's not fair for me as a black autistic queer woman had to be, get a microphone and let people say like, I exist. I exist. I need to be heard. I just felt like I had to use the damn microphone like, I exist. I exist. Can you include me? Can you include me? But the problem is, no one to hear me because I'm so marginalized. So, bet y'all probably see all my videos just be bitching and fucking complaining because, like, no one talk about intersectionality part of it. Like, people don't take me seriously. When I message to my family, friend, wherever, they're like, But I'm glad that some of them do actually listen to me, like, hear what I had to say about things, But others just don't understand, Like, the longer they came and get, like, yes, they get you, when sometimes they don't. Like, some part of you, like, they don't understand what like be black and being queer and so on and so on. They don't get it. Whatever you have multiple ideas in one damn time, they don't get it. Because your experience going to be different from theirs. Your perspective going to be different. And just, I think people need to do a better job on including intersectionality in their work. And like while my video going viral, talk about intersectionality. And that was the purpose of that video. Talk about intersectionality because being black and autistic, you don't belong nowhere. Even if you're a part of the community, no one talk about the marginalization. They as you pick or choose a struggle. So that ain't fair. I had been both of them. I cannot pick or choose the fucking struggle. Both of them, impact me, my life, how I see things. I can't change that. Or also the fact I'm a woman, and I just came out queer 2 years ago. So I had to never end of bullshit. And had to deal with people seeming like, what the hell wrong with you and shit. Cause being black, being a woman, being queer, and having disability, the all difference is then you add something wrong with you, you need to be unalive from this world. Like I'm constantly battering people and society that I'm worthy of love. Despite, who I am, I deserve to be loved and treated with damn respect. And that I want. Treat me with respect and others like me with respect. Like, I'm tired of people telling me to pick a shoe damn struggle. Sick and tired of people don't talk about my monetization and put it to the side like, your opinion don't fucking matter. My voice matter, and you need to include me. If you don't include people like me, that's why black liberation probably ain't going with it. Just be white ain't going the right way because they're not working on the ism. Like the queer community got their own shit going on. Women got their own issue. Like, how the hell we gonna deal with all the ism in our community? How the hell we gonna move forward and bring liberation for everybody? We ain't free to everybody get free. And we need to decolonize our damn mind because we try to believe, the white cisgender man, all blah, blah, blah. We ain't happy. We just miserable. And just, it's sad. It's what it is. Like, it's sad, some part of the world, not being awareness about disability in particular, to the Disability Pride Month. Or they do have some, but they seem like, yeah, this is hard, though. You have to explain people that your life matter, who are marginalized, I think people need to do better. In that video, but I keep saying over again, this video has been trending on my Instagram account platform. They say they hear me and they see me. And they say, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I see the same comment over again, and also they ask how you be a better ally, how we better support you. I be say that time again. I'm gonna say to this video and other in the future where I make video about intersectionality. One, work on your biases. Two, make sure your work is intersectional. If not, you doing it wrong. Three, pay, support us, and hear us, include us. Don't be like, don't use everybody to took in black, queer, disabled, woman, etc. Don't use that as a token. It don't look good. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. It do not work at all. And 5, 4, I don't know. I can't count no more. Just be a better human being and do better. Even though there are people all doing the work to, work on their, biases and stuff, and trying not to be ignorant or a bigot. We need to do better to work out our ism, or there'll be no liberation for nobody if we don't check them or check our biases out the window. I still ain't perfect myself, but I'm doing the work to do better. Yeah, I've been challenging my brain to not to do that. But I'm gonna say to y'all, working your internalized ableist and all that stuff, and better support your people within your community have multiple ideas, like I am, who are black, disabled, and whatever marginalization that person have, and support them, accept them as they are, love them, do not judge, let them be them, work in your biases. And also, if you want to have this conversation with me on intersectionality, join me on Clubhouse and Patreon. Basically on Patreon, where I will go deep on the conversation and how I feel. Since this will be Pride Month, I will talk about intersectionality because it did kind of hurt me, like people don't talk about intersectionality. We need to talk about it more. So, and I include all my link to all my social media account. And I hope y'all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, no matter where you are. Hope y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.